in my chest and my head on the lock. Feeling like walking flock of flame. I put the opposition out the game. I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game.
today. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Giants.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Now Marino to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
It's hard to be frustrated when you throw for nearly 400 yards, but I know he wanted to break that barrier. I think he got the pain eased a little bit when they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week, though.
Yeah, when you get the award, you know you had the best week in the conference, you let it slide, but hey, that number well within his range. You know he's got the arm to do it in this one. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Manning. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This is going to can depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep for Miami, Jalen Waddle. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Now they'll throw it with Marino. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 79 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a 1st quarter lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it, took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Manning. And this is Shepard on the catch. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. This defense for the Dolphins, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well. Try to make it 9 in a row. They'll throw on first down with Marino. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Out of the gun, it's Marino. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Adoree Jackson on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Barber. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. shotgun now for Manning. This will be dumped off to Barber. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Manning now on 1st down. And he's got Shockey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Manning.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He'll check this one down to Barber. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Manning. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A carry for Barber. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, Manning. And a quick throw here that's complete. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the gun, here's Barber. Oh, Barber loses it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. That sort of goes without saying that's the risk of running the option play. You can put the ball on the ground. They did there and turned it over.
So true because you've got so many different...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. From the gun on third down, Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Marino off of play action. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Marino. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
He finds his man, complete. It's Underwood. Second down and 3. They go play action now. Marino rolling to his right. Oh, Gesicki, a nice grab. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw again is Marino. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins! Mike Gesicki as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Sanders on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Barber. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Manning going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A chance for Waddle on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it's safe to say he has been getting his money's worth in this one.
I would agree with that totally. Being able to go back and launch it and air it out. And let's face it, it's not just him stepping back and flinging it, though. You've got to have someone who can go get it. And that's important for any offense. Someone who can stretch the field, or as they like to say, take the top off of a zone defense. Open things up, because then you can come back and throw underneath and gain some pretty good chunks of yardage as well.
He's ripped the top off of whatever defense they've been playing. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Marino's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. His 9th rushing touchdown on the year, number 12 overall. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And it is 28-0. Here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jackson now to return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. John Jenkins. Never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Marino's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And quickly, they get to the line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Marino escaping the pressure right. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve.
they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on first down is Manning. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Running with Barber out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Barber. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Graham Gano on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And the Dolphins are going to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, apologies. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Now Marino under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
Well, you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Jackson now to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. New York's offense back out there and set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st down, Manning. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Again, they'll throw with Manning.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Not much there, only a yard. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw again on 2nd down. Manning, he dumps it off to Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3.
Now Manning.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and the Dolphins touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Jackson now to return.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
And the Giants ready to come out now. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Throwing now is Manning. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And And the Giants send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, a fourth-quarter score now from Tampa. And it was the Panthers that wound up winning that one. Cam Newton, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And Marino actually going to look to throw it. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Marino to throw on 3rd. Flush to his right. This will be caught. It's Waddle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Miami, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll